Minister, I know. Well, look, I was about to let loose. But Minister, have you ever thought that for 1 minute that the current housing policy and other housing policies have been wrong? Because I'd like somebody from that side of the house to say, look, you know what, I think we've got it wrong. But there's not that kind of, I don't get that sense, not now or not never. And we have to look at the housing crisis. We've got to look at what happened 20 years ago. Because there's a historical legacy in relation to the commodification and the kind of marketisation of homes. Because that's what it is. It's shelter. It's the basic needs of human beings to have a shelter. Now, it's like Groundhog Day here, because now we're in the situation where there's 10,000 people plus in emergency accommodation. And then it gets worse. You've seen the situation with rental, situation with affordable. And it's only going to get worse. And people have alluded to the kind of tsunami of notice of quits. I mean, there's a huge amount of people that are going to be homeless come the autumn. And them figures are not going to go south, they're going to go north. And this situation is completely untenable and unacceptable. And we have to look at what's happening in the rental market in relation to HAP. I mean, HAP rates are nowhere near the kind of market rates for renting. Even homeless HAP. I mean, it's obscene the amount of money that actually has been given to private landlords. Like €2,400 for a home per month. I mean, these people should be wearing balaclavas. You know, they're robbing the state. That's what they're doing. While kind of, you know, and even like some of the homes are, I mean, they're not worth 2,400 by any means. So this is all a kind of historical legacy, Minister, and a kind of a contemporary, because it comes down to policy, and that's where it comes down to. It comes down to choice, and it comes down to kind of looking at shelter as a monetary value. And this is not new. This has happened in Britain. This has happened around the world, where speculators, you know, robbers, speculate in relation to property. And that's the situation that a lot of people find themselves. And homelessness and kind of the housing crisis doesn't affects everybody at this stage. It's not the kind of classical, you know, somebody that's homeless on the street. That's not the kind of the situation at the moment. And I never was. Just the final thing, Minister, is in relation to the last general election. The last general election was probably the most important general election for a generation. It sent a message to Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, that have been ruling the country for the last 100 years, that public services, particularly housing, they weren't going to take any more, and they've had enough. And that's the reason why a lot of people that probably actually voted for your party are turning away from your party in relation to the housing crisis. And that will be the key factor in the next general election, wherever that happens. That will be the key factor. And Minister, if your government does not address the issues that we're talking about today, there will be a heavy, heavy price that you will pay. Heavy, heavy price. Because people don't forget. You know, and they don't forget the misery that they have. Some people have to emigrate. Some people have to go into emergency accommodation, because that stays etched in your minds that you have to see your children to emergency accommodation. It's just unacceptable that in a country that's so wealthy, that's allowed 11,000 people and further to go homeless and to be emergency accommodation. Thank you.